Alright, moving right along. You know, it really shows just like how slow it is to like, explain stuff because we're not even turn 100 and I'm basically like, already on my 4th episode here, but whatever. Alright, so let's keep going. And these guys decline our trade agreement, these guys decline cooperation, etc, etc. Hopefully these guys will want to offer me a trade agreement in the future, but hopefully, like, that'll be soon, but whatever.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
We have a new technology.
And boom! There are my Organic Regenerators. A very nice technology base pick up. Alright, so I'll note this point Bobber is going to completely, like, max out special research over here for a moment. And we're going to basically lock this up for now. We're going to unlock basically these technologies over here a little bit. And for now, let's just, like, boost these down maybe to, like, 10, 10, 10 for these right here as well. We basically, like, focus a little bit on, like, some special research base out of the way. Alright, so I'll note that we basically got access to the Organic Regenerator. And this is a very powerful structure that basically lets you, like, boost up your food bonus by, like, 50% on any, like, system that has, like, a minimum of 20 inhabitants. So I'll basically want to start building those. And finally, look at that. We finally found some, like, other, like, power over here. We're going to race right into him eventually, but, it's a little bit late at this point to be running into him, but whatever. But yes, so I'll note this point, basically I got the Organic Regenerator. And I'll basically want to start building those basically on any, like, system I basically can, like, build them on. So, like, on here, when I basically up to 20 billion, we'll build it, and, like, stuff like that. And for now, let's just go over here and, like, get, like, Uzampa and basically, like, modify for, like, their, like, stuff here. Now, I want to know something about the system manager over here, by the way, I've been using. It's worth knowing that, by the way, that, like, I can basically, like, set this basically up to be, like, without, like, any, like, work distribution here. But that obviously caused the AI basically to, like, prioritize, like, wherever it basically wants to for, like, it's, like, pips, and it may not max my industry as I basically do that, so I tend to find it's always a good idea to basically put up enough industry to basically build up, like, titanium plants, like, early on, so that, you are basically, like, using your fabricators to build stuff. As for using store of food, that's also important as well because, early on I don't have to really have to worry about, like, food production when I have, like, enough food basically for, like, a small population. Alright, I'll be able to build, like, space dock here in this place very soon. I guess over here in Cassini, while I'm basically waiting for a population to boost up here a little bit, let's just build up a couple laboratories. Let's block this, that basically gets up to 7 billion. Wharf is already at the point where we can build, like, a space dock, so let's build it right here. We can build it real quick anyway, so usually I buy space docks, by the way, but we're, like, this guy can, like, build them, like, fast enough, I guess. We'll, like, just let him build it by himself. Apparently Borf is a very small sector, by the way, so after he builds this basically upwards, going to build, like, an intel center, I guess, so we'll just do that with him. Alright, Nox basically built up his organic replicator as well as fabricator. Let's see here. I could build this right now. But I think let's go focus basically on, like, a few fabricators for now. Now, I want to note, by the way, I want to be very careful, like, getting basically more of, like, organic replicators at this point. once you basically have access to your organic replicators, you basically like focus on like building those to like help like mitigate like food problems you're basically gonna have. And that's very nice because then I don't have to worry about like building as much as I basically have been for the most part.
Affirmative.
Let's get this guy up here, I think. And we'll send this basically over here. You guys are busy over here, you're busy right there. By the way, I plan to actually show off something with like, Merga over here when I get a chance to, so, hopefully we'll like, see that in a moment when I'm about to show off in a few turns. The entire system is already done. Now, I'll know by the way at this point, it's very important that since I got the organic replicator technology, I basically have to like check out my systems to like see where like deuterium basically can be like produced and like where like titanium may be produced to like to get like the stuff basically off the ground to like build it. Let's just see here. I should probably build a transport basically over here to like get over here to like help me colonize these worlds and like check out what's over here at this point. So we're able to escape this over here for a moment. Return is basically on. 24 will be enough of this for now. Let's put this right here. The reason I'm basically turning this on now, by the way, is just because we can still build like intel basically to like do stuff perhaps in the future. So why not? Alright, basically got everyone basically doing stuff here. So yeah, I'll note at this point I have to start thinking about like where to build like deuterium to like help me basically fund like building like these like organic replicators and like I'll have to get the titanium more basically up and running at this point to like do stuff. I'll note that basically for like the Rotharian Star Network, by the way, as opposed to like the other factions, these guys are very like heavy like dependent on like resources. So I'm basically gonna have to think about like how to best like use them to like get the resources basically like deuterium and stuff like that. This guy will be good for Duranium when I get around to it, but we gotta like deal with the other issues he's got right there. This guy's got a radium bonus, who's nice, but whatever. I'll note that over here in Nox, the plan will probably be I'm gonna try to build up just like deuterium like refining space over here when I get a chance to. So we'll basically like start boosting us up here a little bit. Getting deuterium here will be informed to like do our stuff, so we'll start getting that basically like focused on right now. You're upgrading your fabricators and now I'm not probably over here in like Kentaris. I'm basically gonna have to start like really pumping out the like titanium mines soon, so that'll be something they'll be doing very soon. Alright, well. This is like one of the reasons that I consider this like this a hard faction, the Rotharians, because they have access to this very powerful structure, the organic replicator, but the ability basically have to like get resources like crazy. And it requires you basically to like multitask a lot of stuff early on in the game to like get it done, so yeah, lots of stuff basically get done.
Terraforming has been completed.
Alright, there's Kentaris basically terraform, so you are going to colonize right here.
Will be colonized.
I'm thinking about where I want to send these guys right now. These ships here.
Affirmative.
For now, let's just send them all up here, I guess, to like Kajam. Possibly over here to like this guy as well. So.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Let's get those guys right there.
Affirmative.
Oh, this guy's arrived, so
Select a planet for terraform.
let's get to work terraforming Borf here a little bit. It's kind of funny, basically. Borf, like, you know, it has access to, like, you know, good resources, but, like, all the population is going to be on, like, this roller here. So I'll have to get that basically colonized real soon. I'll note that I basically want to build an outpost over here, by the way. And I'm just trying to think, like, you know, what would be the best way of, like, basically doing this, so... yeah. Alright, well. We know there's basically an empire down here. When I basically, like, find him, I'll basically, like, you know, start to, like, you know, show off what I'm basically going to do with him, but, you know... in the meantime, this is, like, end of turn here. I think we're done everything over here. Or, nope, Mesra needs something done. Alright, so... note that Mesra, by the way, they're actually like up to 20 billion populations, so they can build this Organic Regenerator, but you need to basically have 500 titanium, so 500 deuterium to build it, so it's a very expensive building to basically build this. And apparently managed is off for this guy, so this system I'm you know, I'm managing, I guess, for myself, so that's a thing to note. We want to make sure we basically have like the deuterium basically, like, you know, being produced here, so let's get that out of the way. So I'm gonna basically build, like, you know, the retro basically here, and I get around to it. But in the meantime, for this sector here, I guess I just want to build like a few more, like, you know, organic reproducers for now, just to keep them like fed. Like, I only have like half population, or like, you know, almost like, you know, our like capacity for like Organic Regenerators, so replicators. So I still need to build like a few of these, I guess. So let's build them, I guess. Well, let's say push all in, you know, Deuterium as well, because, you know, might as well make best use of my population there for stuff. I was going to do a quick check based on everything here. So I'll note that basically Affairs has like the manager off, and Mesra basically has the manager off, but and Offset basically has the manager off. Okay, so Taurus. Alright, that's fine. Basically they can haul out their stuff off, that's fine by me. So I basically have like 4 sectors basically, like, you know, currently with the manager off. Those are like actually the 4 sectors that are, like, you know, very important to, like, you know, matches, like, you know, very particularly, so I'm okay with that, I guess, for now. He's built up a hydroponic farm for this guy, so he doesn't starve anymore, so that's fine by me. This will be the place where I want to really get the Organic Regenerator first, by the way, over here in, like, Osset, so I guess at this point we'll show off, like, you know, resource routes. So I want to borrow in this game that, like, you're gonna have resources basically, you know, like going like everywhere in this game, and you'll basically like have, like, you know, certain sections not able to produce stuff. Like, you know, I'm not producing like deuterium or crystals or iridium basically here in, like, your set, but he is producing titanium, and quite a bit of titanium. What I can do in the set right now is I can use this guy to, like, you know, help basically get like titanium to like other places that need it if they need it, and for like his deuterium problem over here, I could go over, say, to, like, you know, Heka, which basically has, like, you know, deuterium, and these guys can trade up a little bit of their, like, you know, deuterium with, like, a resource right here. When I basically set this like this guy's gonna have the access to the deuterium on Heka, and I can use that basically to build an Organic Regenerator over here to, like, you know, help, like, solve this guy's, like, issue of, like, you know, food problems and such. So we'll look into that maybe in a little bit soon.
Affirmative.
Alright, let's go to the next turn. So I colonize 2 planets in Antares, so much more population, but now I can build the Organic Regenerators here if I want to. That might actually be a good idea to build this over here when I get the chance as well, but, you know, Heka's only got so much, like, deuterium bits to make use over here. Oh yeah, but because I got like more places to like, you know, expand over here, can you like, you know,
Affirmative.
send this guy basically up this way to like, you know, look around over here now. So do so. And Kai Sydney can basically build a space dock over here, so we'll do so as well. I guess this guy's gonna build laboratories over here when he gets a chance to, so we'll build those for like, you know, research purposes. Alright, so yes, I can build like an organic regenerator over here, so we'll do so in a moment, but you know, I can actually build a space dock here as well as other stuff. I may actually want to do that soon, but we're doing Caissenia anyway, so it's not a big like priority, and like, you know, I think what I really want to do over here what I really want to do over here is build like, you know, a few assembly yards, I think. So I can basically build like, you know, other stuff here a little bit faster. So let's just like, you know, get basically up to 9 assembly yards for this guy. A Borka basically has enough to like, you know, build up a, you know, organic regenerator when he gets a chance to, but you know, not quite yet. I'll note by the way where I can, I'm going to have these guys basically producing like their own deuterium, so they can basically produce stuff to themselves, and don't have to basically like, you know, rely on other like places, but in the meantime this guy can build an agriculture center with basically like, you know, boost up his food by 50, which is still pretty important. I think in our first while we're just going to keep building up our escapist classes for a little bit, so damn. Note by the way, the escapist class actually costs a lot of titanium to build, so we're actually like running really low on basically building our titanium for these guys, but you know.
Affirmative.
I'll obviously get some like, you know, transport basically down here as fast as possible, so like, you know, get an outpost so I can like, you know, expand down this way when I get a chance to, so important basically.
Affirmative.
Let's get you over there.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
Ah, well, another membership offer. So we're just gonna jump straight from friendship to membership. Okay, I'll accept that. Hopefully this planet is not gonna have like, you know, same issues that the like, you know, the Asceti basically had, but whatever. The nice thing about grabbing this guy's planet is I'll be able to like, you know, get up to Keldria probably really fast, so that'll be nice to see. Alright, now over here in Murga, by the way, I'm just gonna have this guy basically like colonize his first planet over here, and we're just gonna see like, you know, if we can basically get the instance where like, you know, I basically like terraform this planet and colonize at the same time.
This system will be colonized.
So let's see if I can pull that off. And this guy over here.
Select a planet for terraforming.
You know, that's fine. We can just have these guys basically work on, you know, stuff as they are, so that's fine.
Affirmative.
Let's get you go down here a little bit. Where's the Zyborg? Just another like mine right there.
Affirmative.
We're gonna send this guy basically up this way though, just to like, you know, get to like this planet and see what's over here, I guess, so that's fine. So much to do, but so much like little resources basically to make it done with, so yeah. Alright, so I got myself an intel center over here. Now, it's worth knowing, by the way, in this game you have to really watch out for your food. I'm not betting when you basically have like the manager on like this and you have like, you know, store food on. You have to watch out for these guys basically like using up all their food all at once and like, you know, starving themselves, because basically they're like, you know, not like trying to monopolize their food as best as they can sometimes. And you have to watch out for that. Like here in Nox Poly, for example. Note that in Nox basically I have like, you know, this on, but because like, you know, we're basically at our minimum for food, he has to basically like, you know, put the organic regenerators on to keep him from starving. So we're not basically storing like more food basically over here in Nox for the moment. So that's happening. Let's get that going over here, I guess. Yeah, no, by the way, like, you know, I can build this in 3 turns, but because I have food issues, he's basically like, you know, having to throw like, you know, the extra like, you know, stuff here in the food to keep me from starving. So that's happening. Alright, let's go for end turn.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
Our scientists have completed a research project. Terraforming has been completed.
Alright, so note that over here I basically terraform Murga, and then I colonize Murga. So, I want to note that when you're basically terraforming and colonizing stuff, basically the thing about these colony ships is that they don't actually, like, you know, simultaneously do their stuff all at once in, like, you know, the same order. They basically, like, you know, have, like, this queue where, like, you know, one guy might terraform a planet before, like, you know, another guy colonizes it. And in this case, basically, this guy actually terraform this planet before, like, this guy was able to colonize. So, we actually colonized both these planets at the same time. And that happened.
Select a planet for terraforming.
Look at this, how to work on this planet now to get it colonized up, so I'll be fine. And yeah, by the way, over here in Xyretians, we can basically use this guy to, like, you know, lots of food. Builds a space dock, basically, to, like, you know, seeing our reach. So let's do that right now. And, well, this guy's got crystal mines. That's nice to see. So I got some crystal space to reduce, I guess. Alright, production-wise, this guy's gonna have to build more fabricators soon, I guess, so... Ugh! I'm gonna have to buy these fabricators. They're expensive. But oh well. He's got the good fabricators, this guy, so... He's actually got better construction tech than I do, by the way, right now, so... He's doing quite well. And yes, Murga can, like, you know, turn on stuff here, blow them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw a couple in here, enable, and build up your organic factories and stuff. I probably shouldn't build basic titanium mines basically at this point for, like, you know, the like new sector basically at this point, just to throw it out there. I'll note that as, like, I go along, Kentaurus will be, like, you know, the system I'm going to be building, like, you know, my, like, you know, all the, like, titanium basically in. So really what I do over here, like, you know, Kentaurus, we're going to upgrade our titanium mine here, and we're going to start, like, you know, pumping out, like, you know, titanium mines left and right, so to speak, for these guys. So, we'll basically Kentaurus basically building up my, like, titanium very, very soon, so to speak. I'll note, by the way, we actually, like, you know, finished off our, like, you know, first special research. Now we're on to the second. We got a very useless one for, like, the Rotharians, but oh well. We got, like, troops here. I guess we'll select that one for now, so we'll just get it out of the way, and we'll drop 20% PC in there. We're basically going to try and focus on getting these up to level 3 over here, because I want to get my, like, you know, laser tech based up to level 3 before, like, you know, to start deciding what to do basically, you know, after that. It'll give me access to, like, some important, like, you know, structures and stuff like that, like, you know, I don't have access to yet, like the, you know, advanced, like, form of, like, the Deuterium refinery and stuff like that, so... Probably could hover over just and find out at this point where it is right now, so... I want to get access to, like, that right there, the, level 1 Deuterium refineries from, like, you know, energy tech, so... I need to, like, you know, have that for that. For computer tech, I want to get access to communications grid. That'll be important for, like, the, like, you know, miners that basically join me. I want basically from, like, you know, bribe by other people. Better titanium mines is always, like, better, so get that too. Alright, Mesra basically built up, like, you know, its farms. This guy's gonna build a lot of fabricators by the way in the future, so... I guess we'll get this right now, but we'll probably want to basically, like, you know, start building more fabricators basically very soon for Mesbra. You're already building your titanium mine, so that's fine. By the way, because Heck is basically, like, by itself here for, like, you know, basically doing stuff, this guy could build his, like, own Organic Regenerator because basically got the term, so... Could do that with, very soon with him. We're actually gonna get this other stuff based up first, though. And let's just see here. We're gonna send this transport base over here to help this guy build an outpost. I guess at this point we want to get back to like building more colony ships, so we'll get to work on that then. And yeah, note that by the way, we have like such good morale at this point that my Imperial shipyard is basically able to pump these out like, you know, crazy. Basically, I only need to have like, you know, 20 freebies basically active now to like, you know, pump out like, you know, colony ship. So how long that'll basically last, I'm not really sure. So we're gonna make sure we basically have like, you know, 25 basically pumping out stuff. It's like, you know, I make sure I don't like, you know, lose access abilities in one turn. For now. And by the way, we lost the trade route in Aborkum because Aborkum was trading to like, you know, the Xyretians over here, you know, before like they join me. And now I need these guys to really like, you know, want to be like, you know, join me now, so let's offer him some credits basically maybe to like, you know, join us. And these guys are in Giant Fire. Let's get a few more fabricators basically up and running for these guys over here. Ah, good. These guys arrived, so let's get them to like terraform over here.
For terraforming.
And here.
Select a planet for terraforming.
I'm still waiting for you guys to do your thing, so that's fine. Alright, good. So we can build this base over here very soon.
External Affairs has a message for us.
Oh, look at that. So, this guy just offered me a trade agreement. Now, much like before, by the way, it is possible this guy's going to accept the trade agreement that I just offered him before, like, you know, he, basically, you know, it's very possible that in next term we're basically going to have it so, like, this guy's going to accept, like, the trade agreement we, like, you know, just gave him. And he will ignore it, so we'll basically lose our money, but if it happens, this guy's going to take the money, I'll be happy for it, so whatever. You'll see what that happens, basically does in a moment. And let's put solar panels right here, I think. Alright, so it's basically going to build up a few more assembly yards, and then we'll build up this, like, you know, lovely, like, organic regenerator for this guy to help him, like, you know, food-wise, so to speak. And Kantaris over here. I am tempted to, like, upgrade this guy's, like, you know, stuff here a little bit, so he basically doesn't have, like, issues later down the road. So maybe let's build all this stuff here for this guy, and then we'll start building up our titanium mines, I think. So that's basically where, like, the plan for this guy right up here. Eborkum. You know, it's not like a you know, a guaranteed thing that I have to, like, you know, get like this, like, you know, organic regenerator PC online as fast as possible for this guy. And I can also do as well for this guy to get like a little more Deuterium out of him, so could do that too. I mean, it's not like a bad thing like to get like extra Deuterium around, so why not?
Affirmative.
I think these guys are mine over here, but I can't remember. So there's Miser. Whoa! Alright, so someone's basically over here. In this neck of the woods. We're starting to bump into other empires. Or we will be, but I'll note, by the way, I'm not necessarily going to, like, you know, run into like their ship, because I'll note that basically we're the Faran Star Empire or network, they usually have a bad, like, first, like, you know, contact with, like, people where, like, you know, they just get shot by, like, you know, their, like, weapons and stuff, so I want to avoid being shot and stuff like that, so, like, you know, not necessarily, like, run right into them.
Affirmative.
Let's send this guy down to a steady, I think, at this point. I'm actually trying to think, by the way, for, like, you know, the system here. Currently, we're, like, Terraform, like, you know, 28 here, we're at, like, you know, speed of 3, so we have, like, a, like, you know, a wrong multiple for, like, the shift that we see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll take six turns for this guy to get down here. 6 times 3 would be, 18. Yeah, that wouldn't help very much, but whatever. I think what we're gonna do with this guy was just send him over here to Sakai at this point, to, like, you know. I know this is gonna be like an empty system here, so let's send him, see what's in there and, like, you know, possibly colonize it, so that'll be the plan. You know, I think I built a space dock here, but we don't yet have the reach to get to Caldria, so
Affirmative.
I guess I need Murga base to get that, like, you know, that far over there, I guess. Oh well. That happens, I guess. That's fine. I'm not going to complain about it too much. Alright, so these guys can build their own, like, you know, Organic Regenerators, so maybe we'll get, you know, that online as soon as possible, but, again, this guy needs to build, like, fabricators up like crazy, so we're just going to build, like, you know, bodies initially for a little bit. It's going to be expensive bodies, like, fabricators, but because this guy, like, you know, has, like, you know, so little to start off with, I'm going to have to basically, you know, buy them to get them, basically, online. This is how it's going to be. We're building those, and this guy can build this and this for now. Alright, let's see what we find over here. I might run into this guy's, like, sectors at this point, we'll see.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
Alright, so note that this guy basically declined my trade agreement. That means I got all my money basically back that I basically, like, his offer, but, you know, we can now, like, trade with him, which is what I basically want, so a Bork can basically trade with him. Actually, you know what? Not a Borkum. I want to basically have, like, you know, a sector I'm not going to basically trade with, for a purpose of basically trading with him, so we're going to have Xyret basically trade with him. Now, the reason I'm basically avoiding, like, using a Borkum to trade with, because I might use these guys to trade Deuterium in the future. And if you basically recall from, like, you know, what I basically was saying about trade routes, the thing about trade routes is that when you basically set them, you can't unset them. So, if I go to Rotharians here, for example, I still have these trade routes to, like, Savar and Lycia. And I can't take these off. And that basically means the Rotharians can't be used to, like, you know, use, like, these, like, extra, like, trade routes as razors routes, for example. Such as basically what I do here of, like, you know, Heka. And on the with, like, Heka here, for example, I can have up to, like, you know, 3, like, you know, resource routes, basically. But if I basically use a trade route, that basically takes away from the resource routes I can possibly use. So it's something to basically keep in mind. So it's something to basically, like, look out for, so to speak.
Affirmative.
Let's move up here, I guess. I kind of expect this guy to, like, you know, possibly be here, but nope, he's not this far, I guess. Alright, these guys are over here. We'll start, like, you know, terraforming.
Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming.
I'm not being, like, going really nuts when I, like, you know, colony ships to, like, terraform like crazy, but I should probably hold off on that a little bit. Just to throw it out there.
Affirmative.
Actually, you know what? Let's send this guy over here to, like, you know,
Affirmative.
Al-Assad just to colonize this right here. Whoop, we aren't building anything over here in Xyret, so it's always, like, good to go to, like, this screen basically to, like, you know, see if, like, you're missing anything, like, over here, so let's just buy this right here. And yeah, I'll always, like, go into the screen here as well, like, to make sure I'm, like, you know, constantly getting, like, my extra, like, fabricators and stuff, so stuff that I need to do over here. Alright, so Borf is like slowly getting bigger and bigger. By the way, I should probably know about Borf. It's the only guy like this enough like population to get an Organic Regenerator. And like a trade route as well. So this guy's basically gonna be focused basically on like, keeping himself like, more or less like, supply of food like with like organic regenerators for the most part for now. Lead the plan, I think. Let's get Fuse basically up a little over here, I think. That'll keep that guy like supply for a little bit. Alright, so in Heka here, how about I build my first like, organic like, replicators or yeah, regenerator piece over here. So let's build this over here, I think. And this guy's gonna have another fabricator over here. Alright, so this guy can build this fabricator basically in 2 turns. We just want to get this guy basically up to like 5 fabricators I think for now, just to like build other stuff basically. And think about it, let's just make sure this guy's able to do his own thing. So, oof. We're just gonna enable this stuff here. We'll basically turn on like the industry a little bit. And well, the Xyretians will basically good to go for the most part. I gotta go check to see if I messed up somewhere, I think, but whatever. I'll note that I prefer resources for this guy, by the way. I'm probably gonna have him like this, like, everything up like, like crazy here for now, so. Fill up everything. We're just gonna use this as a resource world for a moment until, like, we decide what his purpose is gonna be in life. So fill it all up. There we go. And yeah, no bother if you like you max out like these like bars. It'll basically says fill all. That's what these bars basically do, like at these like higher numbers. Just fill it all. Oops. Oh, I see what I did right there. I actually turned the system manager on for like your fares, by the way. So you have to watch out for that when you're basically like cycling through your like stuff here. So actually turn on like this guy's like system manager, which I did not mean to do. And you can see like what I basically did to like adjust everything in here. So it adjusts stuff. Because AI is going to AI if you're not careful. Let's see here. I'm actually tempted to send this guy down this way because these like colonies just for, or the transports just for like the Rotharians, by the way, they can actually build their outpost pretty fast. So
the outpost.
We basically started this like building this outpost basically on turn 1 or 2. We're gonna watch basically how fast these like outposts get built for this guy, I think. It is very fast for them. There's a mire basically up there by the way to Volmer. And they have a lot of ships basically on them. No lack of ships basically for them. Think about it a little bit more earnestly, by the way. I should probably think about like getting some of these other guys to like join me if possible as well. So, you want a membership? Do you want a membership? Let's see if those guys want to join me or not. Training with them is great. These guys are currently neutral to me for some reason, so maybe I just want to try and like bump them up a little bit. They have very like low like corruptibility, these guys for the most part, but a little bit of like money might be able to sway them over to like being cooperative with me. So we'll do that. Note by the way, like, we're basically like expanding this game. You basically want to expand as fast as possible before like the other empires basically like sort of like get into your affiliate influence. And when you basically like finally see them, that's when you basically want to start thinking about how you're on like your boards being designed, so to speak. We're not at the point where I have to worry about boards being designed like in a certain way, so. I made it a little bit more like, you know, forthcoming basically with colonization, so to speak, so hooray. Okay, we offer those guys stuff. We got ourselves laboratories basically over here in, like, you know, Kaisigne. There's Sakai by the way being, like, you know, found,
Select
so
a planet for terraforming.
let's get to work basically, like, you know, trying to terraform this big world right here. Alright, so note that basically one turn basically in here, we're basically, like, you know, spending, like, you know, 12% basically construction is, you know, outpost. On the basically, like, the next turn, this will be up to 25% for, like, construction here. And the idea of, like, the Rotharians is that they can actually build their outpost in 8 turns, which is very, very fast for building an outpost for, like, any, like, factions. So, we're gonna basically get an outpost really, really fast over here, which would be fun. And on that note, let's just keep sending these guys down here, I think. Alright, Mesmer is basically doing his job here pretty well, so... I would like to build some fabricators over here, but you need a lot of titanium to build this stuff, unfortunately, so... Let's see here. We're gonna build a solar panel for now, I think, because I do need to get more power eventually in here. And I did say I want to build, like, these basically up at some point, so... Let's get this up, then we'll get this up. We guys should build this now if I want to, but we'll, like, you know, get that basically after, like, you know, this stuff is basically done. I guess, when we have the titanium for it. Alright, Nox is doing its thing. Apparently I don't have a space dock in Nox, but it's not really a big issue for me, so... We're gonna not worry about that for a moment. I'll note with space docks probably, it's usually good to build like everywhere, but this early on in the game, or not this early on in the game, but at this point in the game I obviously have like, you know, space docks basically like, you know, becoming an offset and like, you know, Kantara, so it won't be like, you know, a big issue for like, you know, expanding my reach for like the space dock for this guy. So I can focus on this guy based on other like, you know, avenues of like, you know, of stuff, so the Deuterium is probably a good idea for this guy, so let's focus on that for example. Now this worked just fine for him, I think. How about you build this basically up over here? Now, I'm thinking of first, by the way, I really have to start getting my intels basically up at this point, so... We're gonna have basically, like, you know, my capital center here. Just build up a whole lot of, like, you know, intel centers for a moment. And I'll actually put this basically on to get this done, so we'll see 6 of this right here. Just max this out, max this out, max this out. And that's perfect, basically. So it's like, you know, maxing out like it's like, you know, other stuff, while like, you know, not like focusing all on like, you know, the fabricators basically. So that'll work for now. And what's this guy doing over here for me? You know, I guess I just want to build a few more laboratories basically here and like, you know, let this guy basically do his own thing for a little bit after that. Alright, focus on this a little bit, so get my Deuterium basically up in this for like, you know, obvious reasons.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
Alright, so I'll note that both these guys just combine membership over here. So I want to know something about like the members that have joined me already, as well as like, you know, the like guys that haven't. It's worth knowing that in this game you have to have like a high acceptance sometimes with like some of these like, you know, minors to like make them join you. And although the survivor base have 30% and like the listings have 25%, but that's clearly not enough basically to get these guys to think like, you know, of joining me as like members. So down the line, these guys will hopefully like be members, but you know, we still have to work a little bit harder on it to like get them where they need to go. This guy's currently cooperative, so I can possibly offer this guy a training agreement, so we'll do that with him. And possibly we'll start training with like the you know, islands basically soon. Alright, GM Fire basically does terraforming over here, so
Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming.
Might as well get this colonized as fast as possible, because why not?
Select a planet for terraforming.
You know, this sector's pretty small over here, so I'm probably gonna, like, you know,
Select a planet for terraforming.
try and terraform basically up everything here in Kajam as fast as possible.
Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming.
Same thing with like this system over here. These systems will be like, you know, I'm just gonna like, you know, send like these guys to like, you know, colonize everything in here for the most part. Maybe I might try and like build a space dock here in like Kajam, but you know, we'll basically like terraform everything in there before like we colonize anything in there, I think. Lead a plan.
Affirmative.
Ooh, there's an outpost over here. So, or someone's building an outpost over here. So we have like a minor, or not a minor, but a major base over in this direction, like, you know, trying to get access to like these systems over here perhaps. That might be a thing that we'll do in the future.
Affirmative.
I want to send this guy basically down here, I think, to like, you know, try and like grab this system as fast as possible, I think.
Affirmative.
You're gonna go right here, and you're gonna go up there and hopefully not die. It's very possible by the way this Mars gonna shoot my like, you know, ship out of the sky, but
Affirmative.
hopefully he doesn't. I can like make first contact with that guy and like, you know, start like, you know, moseying up to him, so to speak. By the way, here's the Organic Regenerator basically building Heka. This powerful like, you know, thing here, as you can see, is gonna have like, you know, a massive impact on my food production. So Heka can be used to like do like other stuff now, like, you know, crazy. So that's nice to see. In fact, in Heka, I think what we're going to do for now, we're going to build up basically up, you know, a few more basic of these, I think, to like, you know, help like, you know, stockpile basically our determine basically elsewhere. And while we're basically on that, let's just get this guy to like, you know, build more laboratories as well. So the thing about Heka is that they're not going to have food problems anymore, because I basically have like this like, you know, the structure, the Organic Regenerator basically on, which is basically like, you know, help me like get so much more food basically for like this sector for like, you know, the next little while. Endgame, so to speak. I'm very tempted to build right now the Organic Regenerator, but I want basically like, you know, wait a little bit longer basically get like the other stuff here for this guy. So let's just build barracks here for now for this guy. Oh, that's helping a lot. I guess I had like a lot of it basically, you know, elsewhere for like his stuff here, but whatever. Let's get a few more basic V's, I guess, just to get more of it going, I guess. Alright, so note by the way over here we now have 25% basically for like building this up. So basically with like, you know, two of these like transport ships here, basically, and like, you know, building this outpost, I'll be able to get this basically up in like 3 turns, just like, you know, outpost. So
We will begin constructing the outpost.
we'll get basically our outpost built over here real fast.
Select a planet for terraforming.
Now, I should probably know something about like, you know, Octave, by the way. I didn't get like a message basically telling me that this guy basically terraformed like, you know, this planet over here in Octave. So it's very likely that these guys, the Octave, actually like terraformed their own planet that I was basically like, you know, working on. And I didn't like get notice of that for like that reason. I always like have this guy basically work on this planet now to get like colonized, but you know, you always want to basically be checking on these planets, make sure these guys like are colonizing themselves, because it is possible that the AI will, it's like, you know, have these Mars be like, you know, terraforming these planets, and then like, you know, you won't get like a notice of it. So something basically keeping an eye out for.
We have a new technology.
And there's my Deuterium refineries. So excellent. I can build these a little bit faster now. Or get the resources for a little bit faster now. Ooh, and our hull virus.
We have established contact with an alien culture.
Ooh, this guy likes me already. Alright, so let's just try and offer to Zyborg the, like, you know, or Zybrin basically the, like, trade agreement. This guy's already friendly to me, so he's very likely to accept it. I think it's also financial, so that's even more, or I guess it's not financial, but, you know, he's going to be possibly, like, you know, very, like, you know, open to be getting a trade agreement with me, perhaps, so that's nice. And by the way, we got this done over here, do, like, you know, energy tech, so We're just gonna drop this down a little bit. I always see folks gonna be basically getting this like other stuff up a little bit now. Actually, you know what? Well, basically, like, you know, 60, 2/3 basically where, like, you know, research is ending this right here. And that's fine. Basically, we'll leave us a little bit lower now for this stuff here. I want to basically get the successful research basically out of the way, by the way, because, like, you know, you can basically get, like, very good bonuses for this stuff as you go along. Right now, it's a very bad bonus with troops for, like, the Rotharians, but there is some great good stuff you basically find with, like, you know, the stuff in here, so I want to, like, you know, see what I basically have access to, or, you know, perhaps in the future. And crap! It was this guy who got hull damage. So here's an example of my scout being damaged to basically in one hull. So basically this guy, if he gets into combat, he's very dead. Especially if this miner over here. Ooh! Wow. Alright, so I know what measure is basically down here at this point, by the way. Whenever you actually see, like, you know, a measure with, like, you know, some ships basically in, like, these, like, you know, systems, and you see, like, these guys with, like, no shields at all, these are actually the Terran Confederation or the Coalition of Planets, like, you know, Sputnik vessels. So down here we basically have, like, the humans, because they have, like, Sputniks that have, like, no shields on them, which are basically, like, you know, they're little pros basically. Anyhow, this guy's gonna make his way up to Kaini to basically repair, I think.
Affirmative.
And this guy's gonna make his way down here.
Affirmative.
Alright, so now that I know about that the humans are basically down here, like, you know, building up their stuff, I very much basically want to, like, you know, lock this, like, area down as fast as possible. So over here in Referris, we're gonna actually switch this guy basically back to, like, building, like, you know, transports. So we need to build ourselves a couple of escape pits right away, or at least, like, try and get, like, one going up here a little bit. I don't think this guy's doing it right. We're gonna stable this. Yeah, like, you know, don't need a whole lot basically to get this done, but, you know, again, you need enough, so to speak. Arrows for that right there. Basically, I need to get myself a transport basically down here to, like, you know, build an outpost, and another like, you know, transport down here, build a starbase. You know, see why basically when I get around to it. So important stuff basically coming up, so to speak. That will obviously show off. Also, I need to get this, like, planet over here colonized as fast as possible, I think. So
Affirmative.
you need to get down here, I think, to, like, help this guy out as fast as possible. We need to get a space dock down here as fast as possible is the thing, right? So I'll have to basically get that going. And slowly these colony ships are basically making their way over here now, so, you know, 50% complete. We'll get this done real fast.
Affirmative.
In fact, we can get over here to help exploring in a moment. Alright, I think we're good to, like, leave these guys alone for a moment, so
This system will be colonized.
Affirmative.
do that for now. Let's get this guy over here. By the way, over here in Murga, by the way, we're building a fabricator, I guess. We're just gonna stop this for a moment, and, well, you know what? Over here in Murga, we're gonna build nothing because, actually, what we already built one fabricator. I'll look basically over here in like Murga. I'm gonna have this, like, you know, this guy, like, you know, terraform his planet and then colonize it, so we can basically build a space dock right here. And then we're gonna go further out this way, so to speak. So that'll be the plan, like, going over there for a moment. Ah, the store over here. So there's another miner basically over here in this direction, by the way. And everyone's basically doing something, so. And yeah, no food basically being produced here, so probably should start thinking about doing that now. Probably. Same with this guy here, by the way. I should probably make sure these guys are, like, you know, having proper food at this point, because they're, like, got no food, like, stores at all. I'll note that you want to be very careful of starvation in this game because it does hurt morale, but you know, I am very much like, you know, min-maxer, so you know, I like to play the like, you know, the odds a little bit, you know, a little too much sometimes. Whatever, we'll see. You know, I still have to get like a college ship basically over here to like, you know, a set at some point, but whatever. He's building this for now, so that's fine. And after he builds this, actually, by the way, what do I want to do with him? I'll figure it out next turn. Actually, no, I do. Build that right next. Alright, so, end turn.
We have a new technology.
Alright, so here's the communications grid. This is a very powerful piece of tech because it basically stops like our empires from like bombing your like, you know, Mars as fast as possible. So you want to basically have this you know, available to get a chance to win in all your like Mars systems.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
Well, this guy declined my trade agreement, so let's just start bombing him a little bit more, I guess. I want to make this guy friendly to me as like fast as possible, so we'll do so. Over here in Murga, this guy's going to basically colonize right here, so we'll do that with him.
This system will be colonized.
At least to get access to like, you know, a space dock here as soon as possible. And this guy over here is terraforming like crazy, so
Select a planet for terraforming.
let's terraform it up. Terraform it all up. Alright, this is done, so let's take this off, lock it down, take this off, lock it down. I want to note, by the way, as you go along with like, you know, this like, you know, scientific endeavors, they do get a little bit like hard to make progress and stuff like that, but well, I still want to get basically up as fast as possible because there's like some very powerful stuff you can basically find, so I'll get the second one basically up as fast as possible, I think. Alright, you're going to build up this and this, I think, so let's get those out of the way. Borf over here. I think I want Borfus to keep building up its, like, you know, intel centers for now, so build a few more of those, and then we'll build the barracks. And for hell, let's build a laboratory basically up too, because, you know, why not? Next turn, this will be complete over here, by the way.
We have a new technology.
Nice! We got access to the swarm network over here. So, here's like our first, like, you know, faction-wide, like, you know, morale booster. The swarm network gives you a nice little ship defense bonus and, like, you know, repairs, but also gives you a nice, like, you know, emperor-wide morale, so very nice base to have. You also get access to tin mines, imperial shipyards, and other stuff here. So, very important base to get the technology level 3 to France when you, like, you know, get the other stuff to, like, get this, like, stuff here.
Terraforming has been completed.
A
Yay!
rebellion outpost is completed.
External Affairs has a message for us.
Stuff is happening like crazy. And let's just see here. I'll note by the way, with Mesra, they're not going to be used to trade for the most part, so these guys are going to trade with the Zyborg down here. But here's like a mire basically in this direction over here, so there's the Driz.
Affirmative.
I'm just going to have this guy sail around here a little bit. Up! That's like, you know, we got stuff based around here, of course, so we got people around here.
Affirmative.
Let's go take a look around, I guess. And you're going to go over to
Affirmative.
Archer. Now I want to be very careful over here because it's very possible like these mages are going to have like, you know, some ships at this point to like, you know, shoot me down stuff, which would not be ideal.
Affirmative.
But whatever.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
We'll see what I can basically do for now. By the way, Marduk's also like a you know, a mire basically playing over here, so it's very possible this guy's going to have like, you know, stuff over here for this guy.
Affirmative.
I'll send my transport over here to like, you know, have a look around and see what, you know, is going on, so we do have them. Alright, Murga basically finished off its like, you know, colonization, so let's build this right here. And after that we'll just go back to like, you know, building fabricators, I guess. So let's do that with them.
Select a planet for terraforming.
I'll note this guy in giant fire.
Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming.
I think the planet here is going to be, I'm going to have, like, you know, we're going to have this guy basically, like, push on, I think, in this direction for now, so we'll do it with him.
Affirmative.
Just to see what we can basically colonize and stuff. You are going to make your way down here.
Affirmative.
And I'm going to quickly build up another, like, you know, what you call it? Escapist over here. Construction attack is basically done over here, so at this point we're just gonna again boost this up to 100%. Now another this point, basically what I want to do is, like, you know, unlock basically everything here. And we're just gonna basically drop this down to, like, you know, 20% while I basically, like, you know, boost everything up here as well. Not there. There we go. 16% for all this stuff right here, and, like, you know, 20% for that one. I guess that works for me. Basically, right now, what I want to do is, like, you know, try and get this all up to level 4. So we basically have, like, you know, an even, like, spread for, like, you know, our research and stuff. I'll note basically in this game, like, you know, you want to basically get some specific text basically early on, but after that, you want to basically sort of, like, even out and, like, you know, eventually, like, go for, like, specific ship designs basically in the future. So right now, basically, what I'm looking for, like, you know, for the variants right here, I want to basically get up to, like, you know, access to, like, the, whatever this, like, cruiser basically is, so I can basically get access to, like, you know, this stuff here. So it's a little bit, well, off base to get to this stuff, but I mean, this is what I'm basically aiming for, so I just let's keep it even anyways, so just get it done that way. Alright, this guy's basically, like, you know, working on stuff here, I guess. You know, for now, I guess this guy can just, like, do whatever he wants to for now, so fill her up. And there we go. You might as well turn this off for now. And there we go. So, my first example of a system where it's not going to do anything, because I don't have, like, you know, a titanium going to this guy right now, so we'll just leave Kaisini alone for a moment, I guess. Alright, so let's not basically build a space dock over here, by the way, so I can, like, you know, explore around here a little bit more. It's not really going to help that much, but I mean, it lets me, like, you know, see a little bit this way, I guess, if I want to. Alright, well, what I really want to do over here on a side thing is, like, you know, start managing, like, this guy's, like, you know, extra food, like, output now, because I basically got access to, like, the, like, you know, Organic Regenerator, this guy now has, like, you know, access farms, as opposed to, like, you know, a lack of them, so to speak. So at this point, let's upgrade this, I think. I also want to get this online as fast as possible, the, like, communications grid, so that will be something I want to basically get, like, you know, going soon. So let's build a few of these. We'll build that up. And we'll get this up. Alright, so that's basically, like, you know, basic structure for this guy right now. We can probably turn it basically on right now, so, you know, get this basically online as needed and stuff. Fill all. I mean, this guy's already filling all, so it doesn't really matter, but, you know, we'll turn it on for now anyways. Alright, you're still going down here, so that's fine. Just get down here real fast. I'm trying to think here, by the way, but I probably want to basically send some ships down here to, like, you know, Arcturus, basically get this guy, like, you know, Terraform as fast as possible. So the next ships I'm probably going to be sending over here are actually going to be, like, colony ships, actually, so let's go back to building colony ships, I guess. That's fine, let's build these basically up like crazy. Burger's doing its own thing, you're doing your own thing. I actually already get the, like, you know, regenerator over here just for this guy, so that's good to know. What's bad to know is that this guy's actually running out of food, and he's, like, you know, actually lacking food, so... bit of an issue there. Now, at this point, I'm probably gonna use, like, you know, Xyretians basically help, like, you know, get, like, some of these, like, you know, resources basically off and running for these guys, so we'll do that for this guy. I want to basically get this basically online, I think, right now, so... we're just gonna build this right here. We'll do that with him. Alright, well... I think the next episode will be one where we're actually gonna, like, finally meet a major power, so to speak, so that'll be fun. But for now, we basically did a whole lot more expansion. We gotta, like, you know, have, like, a massive amount of empire. Although, by the way, it's very, like, you know, unlikely you're gonna have, like, you know, just a run where, like, you know, you basically, like, you know, explore, like, you know, maybe, like, half the universe, and, like, you only, like, you know, finally at that point, like, start to meet, like, you know, a major power. But that's literally what's gonna happen in, like, this game for me, so it just happened, so hooray, I guess. Not by the way, when you basically, like, meet the majors, by the way, you want to be, like, more, like, you know, careful around them, like, you know, you probably want to, like, make a boundary, like, decide, like, you know, where, like, you're gonna, like, colonize up to, and, like, you know, start thinking, like, you know, going, like, you know, inner development at that point, but, you know, I'm just expanding for the sake of expanding for the most part, so, whatever. This is how I'm playing it. Alright, so, let's just save the game here, and I'll see you guys next time. When I can continue this, like, you know, let's learn play, so to speak.